So the rising of Kundalini is basically the energetic expression of a state of enlightenment when it has completed its journey, namely when this energy, Kundalini Shakti it is called, that force within your being, has risen all the way up into Sahasrara and unites itself with the consciousness of Shiva. This is typically called the mystical wedding and means that now your consciousness is embracing the entirety of your energy within your being, and this is equal to a state of enlightenment. Now, of course, there are stages of Kundalini rising, and people might speak of a Kundalini rising even if simply they have a starting, a build-up of energy, let's say in the perineum or in the lower part of the spine, and feeling a lot of heat there due to a strong sublimation of energy. Or some people might feel a Kundalini rising, meaning a neutralizing or balancing, you could say, of energy on the different levels of the chakras, and therefore this energy gradually rising up within the body, going maybe to a certain level, feeling, as we sometimes say, Kundalini has risen to the heart, to the throat chakra, to the third eye. All of these would be usually inducing some sort of altered state of consciousness, some sort of elevation of your normal state of consciousness, and usually maybe breaking some of the limiting observations that you might normally have of yourself. Oftentimes, Kundalini experiences, when they start to occur, are mainly an energetic experience, so they are not really locking in with the consciousness just yet, therefore causing people to faint from them. This is quite a typical experience, that people feel the rising of Kundalini, but body starts to shake, consciousness locks out because energetic level is too high, and we pass out. That's it. So that would just be a partial experience of that. But we are interested in it because it is the energetic expression of the path towards enlightenment, and then finalizing, crowning with the moment of enlightenment when Kundalini rises all the way into Sahasrara. A Kundalini rising is always by default an activity within Sushumna Nadi. It is simply a given. Kundalini rising means that on a certain given level of your being, on a certain chakra, the entirety of your potential energies centers into Sushumna Nadi. It is no longer discharging through either Ida or Pingala or all the other thousands of nadis that make up the reality of that chakra, but it centralizes, neutralizes, or balances out, and then therefore centers into Sushumna. So by default, a Kundalini rising is a Sushumna activity. Now you're right, you could have just simply some discharge of energy through Sushumna, which you also always have throughout the day. You have an activation of Sushumna, otherwise you couldn't live. And it can be confused. So sometimes it is just simply a sense of sublimation that is happening, but we can't really say that now already a full balancing of a chakra has happened, and therefore a full centering of the energies into Sushumna and rising to the next level. So yeah, it can be confused, but only by people who don't practice enough. If you practice a lot, you figure out what is what, and you will understand that there's always more to discover. The only way to fall prey to this sort of confusions is when you think, okay, and that's it, I'm done here. Unfortunately, this has been the case for quite a few people in the past that have considered themselves enlightened because they had one Kundalini rising and then going horribly wrong from there on out. So just make sure that you practice properly and you keep practicing like that. You stay on track with everything. And it is possible to become enlightened, let's put it like that, without focusing now big time on what Kundalini is up to. But by default, a state of enlightenment comes along with a continuous rising of Kundalini. It's like by default the same thing. It's the energetic expression of that. So typically someone who we would call a saint has a continuous dwelling of consciousness, at least somewhere within the higher three chakras, and can very easily pass through all of them. You find very beautiful accounts of this in the Gospel of Ramakrishna if you want to read a bit more into it. Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on spirituality, Tantra and more.
And if you want to sign up for our online classes or for our retreats, you can see our website on the description below.